Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa invites you to a night of golden oldies from the 50s to the 80s with jukebox hits from the band Hideaway Honey. This Central Iowa band performs top classic hits from such artists as Journey, Heart, Tanya Tucker, Shania Twain, The Judds, and many more. Tickets are just $10 and can be purchased at watchyoroperahouse.org or get them at the door. It's the band Hideaway Honey this Saturday, September 28th at 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shetler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years, and now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shetler Media.
You'll be spending a lot of time in the field and on the tractor this fall. Learn how to get more mileage out of your fuel and save some money on Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Successful Farming presents the 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast. In each episode, a successful farming editor has a quick conversation with a farmer, chock full of stories and advice from their area of agriculture. They're interesting, educational, and perfect for your busy schedule. Search for 15 Minutes with a Farmer wherever you download your podcasts.
Do you have a great idea or invention for the farm or ranch? If you've created some shop tool, workaround, or homemade idea to save you time and trouble, send the idea to Successful Farming Magazine for our All Around the Farm section. If we use your idea, you could get paid from $100 to $400. Submit your ideas today at agriculture.com/idea entry.
The tractor will be burning a lot of diesel as field activity ramps up, but there are ways to get more efficiency out of each gallon. Roger Hoy is the director of the Nebraska Tractor Test Laboratory. The lab does drawbar testing to find out what gear produces maximum power and pull force of the tractor, and then reduce the load to 75 and 50%. The researchers then shift the tractor to a higher gear and reduce the throttle to match the same 75 and 50% conditions to show the fuel savings. He says if you have a traditional gear transmission tractor, you could cut fuel bills by gearing up and throttling down.
We oftentimes see as much as 40% fuel savings for being in the higher gear at reduced throttle when you don't really need all of the tractor's pulling power to pull the load that you're pulling.
Many newer tractors have a continuously variable transmission, or CVT. When set on automatic, the system chooses the right transmission gear ratio and the correct engine speed for the best fuel efficiency. If you till, obviously the deeper you dig, the more drawbar force is required, which uses more fuel.
The amount of force required generally doesn't exceed at most 70% or so what the tractor is actually capable of putting out. If the tractor seems to be doing its job fine in whatever gear and throttle setting you have, I'd encourage farmers to try to shift up a gear or two and reduce the throttle, and if it's still pulling fine, just leave it there and you're going to save some fuel.
I'm Jody Henke. Learn more about stretching your fuel dollars at agriculture.com.